In the first decade of the formal period of the Great Migration, there's enormous kind of outrage and response from not just landowners, but political leadership trying to find ways to prevent black migration. And so this is also a fraught and dangerous activity that, if caught, could be jailed, could be punished, could be fined.
Booker T. Washington had become president of Tuskegee Institute. And he called the school to say, we need a doctor here for our students. Can you send someone? They sent Grandpa Kinney. So he arrived in Tuskegee and was horrified at what he found here. There was no running water. There was no sewer system. Everything was as unhealthy as it could be. So he collaborated with George Washington Carver, the two of them, to try to address some of these health issues. And so they came up with systems that would improve sanitation. Grandpa Kinney would work for about 20 hours a day because he was also going out as far as 100 miles in a horse and buggy to treat people in the rural areas. Now, during this time, right after World War I, there were about 3,000 Black veterans who came back and had nowhere to go for ongoing treatment. Grandpa Kinney got right on a train, went to Brookline, Massachusetts, to the donor's home, Elizabeth Mason, and he pleaded his case, and she gave him another $25,000. So he had enough to build a real hospital and named it after her grandfather, John Andrew. Isn't that amazing? It was the John Andrew Hospital, and here's Grandpa Kinney, John Andrew Kinney. Just amazing. So the hospital was open, it was functioning, but the Ku Klux Klan here in Tuskegee said there is no way. These Black people don't know enough. They don't know what they're doing. We are not going to have a hospital here run by Black people. We're not going to do that. And Grandpa Kinney was seen as the single barrier because when they would have meetings with the university or Tuskegee Institute officials, he would be the one that was not in any way, shape, or form prepared to compromise. So they said, he's a problem. He's got to go. When he got that call about the Klan, everybody in the family was asleep. He woke Frida up. We got to go. She got the children up. They threw some things in the bag. They got in the car. They had a dog in the front seat and a rifle on the front seat. Kids in the back. In the middle of the night, creeping along with no lights on the car to the train station. He put Frida and the children, all 4 children, on the train.
After the Klan ran Granddaddy and the family out of Tuskegee, Alabama, he moved them to Newark, New Jersey area so that he could establish a hospital for blacks. And whereas there were no hospitals treating blacks at the time other than a few white hospitals, which were, shoving them to the back of the room.
Newark would be the place because the community need was overwhelming. So many people had moved to Newark from the South, but they were confined to the 3rd Ward because that's where they let black people live. So it was so overcrowded, it had become a slum. And so Grandpa Kenny said, this is where we need to build that hospital.